Everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're celebrating my son's 6th birthday, and his theme is Black Panther. So as you can see, I'm putting up the birthday banner on the wall, and we're going to show you guys us celebrating his birthday. And towards the end, you just see everything that I cooked for him. He requested catfish fillets, hush puppies, and green beans. If you're new to this channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave me a comment down below, y'all, and just stay tuned for the video. And you guys, I stayed up to 12 o'clock, waiting till the kids went to sleep. So as you can see, yes, I have on my robe and I am kind of tired, but I wanted to go ahead and get everything set up. So once he get up in the morning, everything will be decorated and he will be surprised. Y'all, my baby boy is 6. I remember a couple years ago before I was getting ready to give birth to him, the doctors told me that they found a spot on his heart. So at the time, I started to cry, I started to panic, but through it all, I had to continue to trust in God, y'all, and he came out healthy, a beautiful baby boy, and I just thank God for him. So if you have a son or a daughter, y'all, just cherish your children. It be the little things, y'all. Just cherish your children. Y'all, tell me why I spend so much time putting this banner on. So when I finished the banner, y'all, I actually put it on wrong. I was just so tired. And I didn't realize I put the banner on wrong. But hey, my son still enjoyed his day. So that's all that matters. A mom is going to do what she got to do, y'all. Tired and all, y'all. But I thought that was just so funny how I spent all this time putting up these decorations. And I didn't realize I put the banner on wrong. But yeah. This is how the decorations turned out. And this is the cake that I got my son for his birthday. Say, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Ivory Jr. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Hey, y'all, so now as you can see, I'm preparing the macaroni. I forgot I made macaroni, y'all. So what I like to do is I like to add salt to my water. Because I realize when I use cooking oil, it makes my noodles overcooked for some reason. I can sit there and watch the noodles, y'all, and they still be overcooked. So what I do now is I just add the water, then I add salt. So if you make mac and cheese, how do you make your mac and cheese? Because this is how I make mine, and I'm always looking for a better and a good recipe. So now I'm getting ready to cut up the Velveeta cheese. I use Velveeta cheese and I use regular cheese as well. So I like to cut my cheese into like small cubes. What kind of cheese do y'all use? So as you can see, I'm trying to get the cheese open. Okay, so now I'm just getting ready to cut the cheese up into some small cubes, you guys. Just try to cut them in some small little cubes. They don't have to be too small, but this is how I like to cut my cheese up. Y'all, Velveeta cheese is so expensive nowadays. Just for that little small block of cheese, I think it's like $6 and some change, y'all. Everything is going up. Everything is expensive nowadays. Everything is going up except the pay rate. That's crazy. But yeah, y'all, so I'm just cutting up the cheese. Okay, you guys, so before I like to cook my catfish fillets, I like to cook the hush puppies. So I like to cook my hush puppies first, y'all. They only had 1 bag of hush puppies, y'all. And my children love these hush puppies so much. I need to learn how to make them on my own. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to stir up the elbow noodles for the mac and cheese. As you can see, y'all, I'm just stirring up the noodles. But how's y'all day going so far? What y'all doing and what y'all cooking on today? Okay, y'all, so I'm getting ready to cook the fish. So I already poured the catfish batter into my bowl, as you can see. Y'all, cooking takes so much time, but hey, if it's something you love to do, you gonna cook and you gonna spend that time in the kitchen to cook for your family. So now I'm just getting the fish out of the bowl. Y'all, I let my fish marinate in the refrigerator, and all I used was just mustard, buffalo sauce, Creole seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, and some black pepper. So that's all I used. So this is how the fish look. Okay, so this is a better look of how the fish look, you guys. So now I'm just going to get ready to dip the fish into the batter. So if you really want your fish to be like extra crispy, you can use buttermilk. Buttermilk will give you the extra crispy taste if you want your fish to be extra crispy, you guys. I believe I bought like 5 pounds of fish, so I like to cut my fish in half. I'm feeding a family of 5, so I will get 5 pounds of fish, and I will cut them in half into some small pieces, so, you know, it'll be plenty of fish for everybody. So I'm just, you know, putting the fish batter onto the fish. I'm using a fork because I actually ran out of gloves, so I didn't want to get my hands real dirty, y'all. So that's all I'm doing. Okay, y'all, so now the hush puppies are done. So I'm finna take the hush puppies out of the cooking oil, as you can see. If you have a recipe on how to make homemade hush puppies, please leave me a comment down below so I can make them for my children, because my children love hush puppies. And I know it would be better for them if I make them homemade. So if you have a recipe, leave me a comment down below, y'all. And if you're new to this channel, y'all, please hit that subscribe button, y'all. I'm only a few followers away from 400 subscribers, y'all. So please help your girl out by hitting that subscribe button. If you're a mom that loves to cook and you're looking for new recipes, hit that follow, that subscribe button. Okay, so now that I got the hush puppies out of the cooking oil, we're now going to go ahead and start preparing the fish. So now I'm just putting the fish into the cooking oil. And if you haven't already, y'all, be sure to get your cast iron skillet. Like, they work wonders. Cast iron skillet. Okay, so the elbow noodles are finally done. So now I'm just going to drain the water from the pot. So I think I used a whole box and a half, y'all. So I'm just draining the water from the elbow noodles. Where are all my counselor babies? So if your birthday is in June, July, y'all leave me a comment down below. When is your birthday? My birthday is June 25th. Where are my counselor babies? So y'all, as y'all can see, I'm just taking the elbow noodles out of the pot and I'm putting it into the pan. And what I like to do is I like to season my noodles first. So I like to use black pepper, as you can see. Just put a little black pepper, season to your taste. Creole seasoning, you got to have that Creole seasoning, because if you don't use Creole seasoning, what are you doing? Not too much Creole seasoning, y'all, just a little bit. Salt. And I'm just going to mix the seasonings all over the elbow noodles. Okay, y'all, so now we're going to go ahead and work on our cheese. I like to cook my cheese separate, so I'm just going to add some almond milk. And I'm just going to go ahead and cook the cheese. So I have to stay right there and watch the cheese so it will not burn. Okay, so now I'm just flipping the fish, making sure the fish cooks on both sides. Okay, so now the fish is done. So I'm just going to get ready and place the fish onto the pan with the hush puppies. And I like to shake the fish a little bit to get some of that cooking oil off of it. And what I usually do, y'all, I would fry the fish, then I would place it in the oven to get some of that grease off it because I don't like real greasy food. So I'll let it sit in the oven for just a few minutes to cook some of the grease off of it. Okay, y'all, so now the Velveeta cheese is done. So I'm just going to pour the Velveeta cheese over the elbow noodles. Gotta make sure you get all the cheese out of your pot. You cannot leave no cheese behind. So now I'm just mixing the cheese all over my elbow noodles because we want to make sure the cheese gets everywhere. We don't want cheese in just one spot. We want it all over the elbow noodles. So you got to use your wrist a little bit. So you got to keep, moving that wrist till you get that macaroni the way you want it to be. Okay, y'all, so now we're going to add the Colby Jack cheese. What type of cheese do you like to put on your macaroni and cheese? Because I see people, they use about like 4 or 5 different kind of cheeses. What kind of cheese do you use? Leave me a comment down below. Do you eat macaroni? No? Yes? What type of cheese do you use? Okay, so once I get done putting the cheese over the elbow noodles, we're going to go ahead and put the macaroni and cheese in the oven and let the cheese melt. Okay, so now I'm getting ready to cook my green beans, and all I'm going to add to the green beans is some black pepper. That's it. This is how the fish is looking, you guys. When I say this fish smells so good. Okay, here's the green beans. I just keep my green beans plain and simple. And here's the mac and cheese, you guys. My golden crispy fish. And there's the hush puppies. So if you did enjoy this video, y'all, be sure to like this video. Leave me a comment down below what kind of cheese you put in your macaroni, when is your birthday, and hit that subscribe button.